In this video, Unit 1, Lesson 2, we will focus on rates. Rates are a special type of ratio used to describe a relationship between different units of measure, such as speed, wages, or price. Units should always be included in rates. So, for instance, in example 3, we have Anna that rides her bike 18 blocks in 24 minutes. And we want to express this as a rate. So we're going to put the 18 blocks on top. So it's still a ratio. What's mentioned first goes in top. The 24 minutes on bottom. Now this is not reduced, so we do want to give the simplest version of a rate or a ratio. So we're going to divide by 6. 18 divided by 6 will give us 3. So that's 3 blocks. And 24 divided by 6 will give us 4. So that's 4 minutes. So this is the rate at which Anna can ride her bike. She can ride 3 blocks every 4 minutes. Another way to read this would be 3 blocks per 4 minutes. So you often see the word per used in rates, and in math, per means to divide. So keep that in mind. So a unit rate, however, is a special rate. So a unit rate, a unit rate compares a quantity to one unit of measure. You often see the speed at which an object is traveling in terms of its unit rate. So for instance, you might be familiar with MPH, which stands for miles per hour. So if somebody is traveling 55 miles per hour, the way to interpret that is they are going 55 miles in every 1 hour. So that would be a unit rate because it is expressing how fast this person can go in 1 unit of measure or 1 hour. A unit price is a unit rate that expresses the price of something. The unit price always describes the price of 1 unit so that you can easily compare prices. So for instance, you might have price per pound. Sorry, my computer's going crazy on me. Which we'll see in example 4. So that is the cost or the price of 1 pound. So there's that 1 unit again. So to find the unit price or the unit rate, what you want to do is do what the word per tells you to do, and that is to divide. So let's look at an example. In example 4, we have store A, and it is selling 5 pounds of grapes for $6.95. At store B, it's selling 6 pounds of grapes for $7.86. And we want to determine which store has grapes for a better price per pound. It's hard to compare which one is the better price at this point because it's different amounts. Now, this price per pound is a clue, and it is telling us we're going to put price on top because it came first and pound on bottom. So for store A, if we want to determine the price per pound, we have the price, which is $6.95 over 5 pounds. Now remember, you always want to include the units so it makes sense to you. And let me go ahead and highlight this as well, because that's a clue as to which one's going to go on top, which means that one's going to go in the calculator first. So in your calculator, you would enter 6.95 divided by 5, and you're actually going to get 1.39. So that is the cost, $1.39 per 1, again, there's that 1 pound. Now let's look at store B. Remember, we're doing price per pound, so we're going to put the price on top, which is $7.86, and we're going to put the pounds on bottom. So now in the calculator, you're going to enter 7.86 divided by 6, and if you don't enter it in the right order in the calculator, it's going to give you the wrong answer. So that's going to be $1.31 per 1 pound. So now we can compare, and we see that store B has the better price. And the way you probably would see this in the store would be this, $1.31 and then a slash pound. And that means the 1 is kind of understood there, 1.31 per 1 pound. So you just kind of have to know that that's understood. And this one would be written 1.39 per pound. So store B has the better price because it is selling for less per pound. Finally, we have one more example, and this example is the speed at which somebody is reading. So Keisha can read a 500-page book in 20 hours. Randall can read a 350-page book in 15 hours. Now again, it's hard to determine who is reading faster because the time is different and the number of pages is different. So we need to get this as a unit rate so we can compare the two. So we're going to figure out Keisha's rate of speed, and we're going to figure out Randall's rate of speed. Now, if you think about it, we're not really given this clue as to what goes on top and what goes on bottom. But when you're thinking about a rate that determines speed, what normally comes second is the unit of time. So that's going to be the case here. And our unit of time, again, is hours. And then our volume is going to be pages. We can't really say books because they're different size books. So for both of these, what we're going to figure out is how many pages they can read per 1 hour. So that's our clue. So Keisha is 500 pages. Again, I'm going to abbreviate there. Over 20 hours. And Randall is 350 pages over 15 hours. So remember, in your calculator, you're going to do 500 divided by 20. So the top number goes in first. And that actually gives you 25. And if we write it as a rate, it would be page per hour. Randall, we're going to do 350 divided by 15. And that's going to give us, and it doesn't come out even, so let's round it to the tenths place. So 23.33 da 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 da. If we round it to the tenths place, the 3 is in the tenths place. The number to the right is not 5 or bigger, so that will stay a 3. So we're going to end up with 23.3 pages per hour. So in this case, the person who reads faster can read more pages in an hour. So Keisha is the faster reader. So that concludes the lesson 2. And now you should complete lesson 2 in My Open Math. We'll see you on Friday. Thank you.